In this video, I'm going to share with you my 2 days wear test results and my full review on the Eldridge Seamless Skin Foundation. Hi, my name is Marisa. Thank you for coming to my channel where we talk about everything beauty and lifestyle, focusing on over 50 issues. As you are probably aware, Eldridge released, together with the new shades of velvet lipsticks, lip glosses and lip liners, 10 foundation sample cards for new seamless skin foundation, and these cards are divided into 5 ranges: light, light medium, medium, medium deep and deep. She offers 1 sample card for each purchase that we make in our site, and it's possible to buy more. I made quite a mess when I ordered my sample cards, so I had to make a second order, and I ended up by having enough foundation not only to check and discover what is the right shade for me, but also to make a 2 days wear test. At the date that I'm publishing this video, the foundation has not been released yet, but here is the information that we have so far. The foundation will be available in 40 shades, and it claims to be self-setting to provide a buildable medium coverage with a skin-like finish and to blur and smooth the skin with a soft focus effect. In terms of ingredients, it doesn't contain fragrance, essential oils or denatured alcohol, which is extremely good news to me. It's also vegan, paraben and talc-free. It's suitable for sensitive skins, and it contains natural ingredients to provide moisturization, antioxidant properties, and also some protection against pollution. I would like to mention that I find really worthy of praise the number of shades that Eldridge included in this foundation launch, especially considering that all possible skin tones and undertones are really well represented, from the lightest to the darkest tones. Let me show you now my shade matching skin tests. Typically I use foundations that are on the light medium spectrum of skin tones with a neutral undertone. As you can see by my neck, this side is more neutral and my face is clearly more rosy red. So in terms of Eldridge card sets, I'm going to start by applying the light medium set 1 card, which has samples for the shades 9, 10, 11 and 12. I think the 9, which is for an olive undertone, it will not be suited because I don't have an olive undertone, but I'm going to apply the 10, the 11 and the 12. Just opening a little bit here of the card. So this is number 10, and as expected, this is a very good candidate. It matches decently well in my neck. Number 11, which is a neutral golden undertone, and I'm going to place it here. And now the number 12, which according with Lisa has a neutral rosy undertone. And this one we can really see it's not the best match. It shocks against my neck, so. And now I'm curious, I'm going to try the number 9, which is the one that has olive undertones. Which is too light for me. So curiously enough, the ones that match and blend the best with my neck are the number 9 with olive undertones and the number 11 with golden undertones. So the number 12 is completely placed aside. I'm going to try once more, and instead of using the number 9, which is perhaps a little bit too light for my face, I'm going to try the next foundation shade, which will be the 13. The first one is the one with neutral undertones. So now I'm going to place number 11, which has neutral golden undertones. Now I'm going to apply a little bit of number 16, which is light medium with olive undertones, slightly darker than the number 9. You can see it too much. Let's try once more with number 9. So actually, I think the one that blends the best in my skin is the number 9, which is a light medium with olive undertones. And then afterwards I can either use the neutral or the golden, but not the next olive undertone. It's too dark for me. This is very interesting. Never in my life did I thought that I had an olive undertone with all the redness I have in my skin. So you are seeing my face and neck now with indirect sunlight, just clarity coming through the window. So I'm going to apply now the foundation, number 9 shade, and I'm going to do it as Lisa did, placing it mainly in the areas where I have more redness. And using a paddle brush to spread it. It spreads very quickly and easily, and this is just a MAC paddle brush, and it has blended perfectly into my skin. And on this side I'm going to use this brush, which is more of a kabuki type brush. This is a NYX foundation brush, number 37 brush, that is slightly slanted. It's dense, but it still has a little bit of a giveaway. I like this brush very much for cream products. It's a synthetic brush. I was forgetting to say that. And I find that the foundation really has good coverage. I'm still using the same blister that I used to test, and I used quite a lot, and as you can see, I think I will have enough for the entire face. I feel that on this side with this brush I'm getting less coverage than what I got with the paddle one. Truly that would be expected, because this brush is able to drag more the foundation than the paddle one. I was able to blend it equally well, but this brush has soaked a little bit of product. So I'm going to apply here once more what remains of the blister. So this is how it looks. And I think we are able to get a very solid medium coverage with this foundation. It sets very quickly, and I definitely don't feel the need to powder it. It looks very skin-like. I'm very pleased with the way it's looking on the skin at the moment. As Lisa says, it's not matte, but it's definitely not dewy or radiant, much less glossy. It hasn't settled into my fine lines here on the sides. It has not settled in the wrinkles of my forehead. We can layer it, but I'm not totally sure of how much we can increase the coverage with it. I will have to test it tomorrow with more foundation. So this is how it looks in natural daylight. I'm standing close to a window, and I really like the finish. As I said previously, it's very skin-like. It really gives like a soft focus to the skin. Very pretty. It's quite late in the day, it's 12:30 now, but I will be able to do at least an 8-hour wear test. As I said, the foundation has set and I'm not going to powder it, at least now. I'm going to wait to see how long will it take for the oils on my combination T-zone to break through. I didn't powder at all, but as you can see by this footage, at the end of the 8 hours, my skin was not looking good. After about 2 hours, the oils started to come through in my T-zone, and by the end of the 8 hours, I didn't have any foundation in my forehead, on my chin, and on my nose and cheeks, and the redness was completely visible. I already have my skincare and sunscreen applied, and I use the Surrat Dew, which has, as you can hear, a very liquidy consistency. I'm going to apply the shade number 9 once more, and I'm going to use a flat brush because, as you saw yesterday, the kabuki style one really removes a little bit of the coverage of the foundation. So I have my blister here. I'm going to apply with the fingers and then spread with the flat brush, because I find the foundation settles quite quickly. So I have here on this side one thin layer of foundation. Definitely the best way is to apply with the fingers, spread it, and then perfect with the flat brush. Building the coverage a little bit more here in the corner of the nose. And today I'm going to apply powder on my T-zone, and I'm going to use my IT Cosmetics. So this is how the foundation is looking. It's looking very good with the powder, not dry. And let's see how it wears today. So this is how the foundation is looking today after 9 hours. Much better. It has faded a little bit again on the chin and here besides the nose, but my T-zones are much less oily, and even on the T areas the foundation is still there. So what are my conclusions after applying and using this foundation for 3 days? Well, starting with claims, I agree with them. This foundation is indeed self-setting and it does provide a skin-like finish, and we can see on the pores like a smoothing effect, at least in the first couple of hours of use. It provides a medium coverage and it's possible to layer it and build it, but we don't achieve much more than a medium-high coverage. In terms of application, I find it lightweight, extremely easy to apply and to spread, and it doesn't have any scent whatsoever, at least from what I could detect here on the sample cards. And it's very comfortable on the skin. In terms of application methods, I think you can apply with the brush, with your fingers, with the makeup sponge, but the makeup sponge and the kabuki brush will absorb too much foundation. I think this foundation is particularly suited for normal to dry skins because it will set by itself, it will not require powder, and it will feel very comfortable on the skin. If you have a combination skin like mine, you will have to powder it in your most oily areas. In mine is on the T-zone. I would like to end by saying that as soon as Lisa releases this foundation, I will definitely get it. Not only because it's very appropriate for sensitive skins like mine, since it doesn't have denatured alcohol, fragrance or essential oils, but also because I will get a foundation that will look beautifully skin-like and will wear up to 8 hours by applying a setting powder. I hope you found this video useful and enjoyable. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And perhaps you might also like the other reviews on foundations and concealers that I have in a playlist that I place for your convenience here on the cards, below on the description of this video, and also at the end card. I would like to thank you for the time that you have just spent with me. Thank you for subscribing, and until next week, bye!